My name is Sabir Khan and today I'm presenting the dangers of human touch fingerprinting browser extensions through user action. We see that different browsers have a million of users and the number of users can be seen there. Fingerprinting browser extensions are have following problems. Innovation number one is arbitrary website detect extensions and track the user. Number two, no permissions. Number three, reveal personal sensitive information. Side channel interference techniques are the following. Number one, web accessible resources. Number two, behavioral fingerprints. Number three, style modifications. Extensions, uh, which are complex and dynamic behavior, have specialized features triggered by the users. These features are text selection, user input, right click, context menu, and pattern. Now the question is, how do interactions uh, affect the fingerprint ability of extensions? Threat model is given here, in which a person, when goes to a bank or any other device in which he or she uses fingerprints, is that when he uses thumb, he the threat is that the machine can scan that. Methodology is given there, in which the extension DB is given to manifest parsing, static analysis, and if this is true, then it will go to the browser action, mouse action, and keyboard actions. And this then goes to the browser interaction for interaction automation. Uh, it goes to any of the browser, and after the browser it can goes to the computers, and computer also is joined to the fingerprint DB. Methodology is again given here. Extension DB, first of all, is attached to the manifest parsing and static analysis. If these two are true, then these two are completed, then it goes to the uh, browser action, mouse actions, and keyboard actions, which are the which are in preparatory phase. In preparatory phase, parse manifest dot Johnson extract permissions and structures. Context menu is right click action, browser action, extension icon. Number two is static analysis to identify user driven capabilities, in which add event listener click scroll or key press are there, categorize and group by the target actions, which has the following points: mouse up, mouse down, mouse move, and mouse over. Number two is click, double click, scroll, or select. Number three is key press, key up, and key down. User interaction templates, browser action, extensions, browser icon, pop up page, and configuration page. Browser actions are basically the same, which are copied by the previous slide. Extensions browser icon, pop-up page, configuration page. Mouse actions are double click, select, highlight, mouse move, mouse down, mouse up, and mouse over. Now the keyboard actions are added in this browser action and mouse actions. Keyboard actions are single keystroke, repetitive, repetitive keystroke, and combined hotkeys. Methodology is given there, in which by completing the first phase, this goes to to the browser. In the extension exercising phase, in which browser is linked to the DOM, and S is linked to the MSC, and any other computer is linked to the keyboard, or mouse is linked to the HTTP, which is directly attached to the fingerprint database. Extension fingerprinting via user action has following points: collect about the data user action, including mouse movements and clicks. Number two is use fingerprinting techniques to identify individual based on their touch pattern. And number three is protect the user from human touch fingerprinting by using countermeasures such as browser extensions or privacy policies. Now, in extension fingerprinting via user action, uh, we can generate fingerprint after each action, which has the following points: trigger each action independently, and the number two is collect the behavioral fingerprints. The collect In collecting the behavioral fingerprint, we have the following points, in which number one is outer streamer modification, which is also called DOM, intra communication, broadcast messages, and third is intercommunication, which is resource loaded. Experimental evaluation, we can see here the three D's, in which D1 is represented by the cross lines, D2 is represented by the forward lines, and D3 is represented by the backward lines. We can see here that the uh, productivity, fun, developer tools, accessibility, search tool, and social media are displayed in the experimental evaluation. Attack evaluation, which is the most dangerous. Leverage artificial events to trigger extensions. Have the following points: select term, mouse over, mouse move, highlight, and double click, etc. And number two is enable from mouse move, mouse up click, etc. Vulnerable extensions, which are 1513, which is 65% percent, has following points: 88% of the mouse events and 65% of the keyboard events. It means that mouse is used mostly in this, and keyboard is less used. Number three is triggering 20 extensions less than 0.5 seconds. Now the conclusion is that novel extension fingerprint vector that employs user interaction to fingerprint extensions. Number two is evaluated user triggered extensions, fingerprinting, and detected hidden extensions. Number three is demonstrated the lack of security checks by triggering extensions through artificial actions. And number four is proposed countermeasures for automatic incorporation of safeguard in the extensions code. Thank you so much. If you have any question, then you can relate to us.